Shared Ireland initiative that you have articulated here today enable us in civil society to provide the leadership and the contribution that we know we can offer and that we've already determined to make? Thank you.
Well, there are two ways. First of all, I'm no stranger to the wheel and the work that you do. And I think it does provide us an opportunity. It's the very essence of the Shared Ireland future, actually. At civic level, at community level, and at the voluntary service providers, voluntary group level, north and south, an awful lot can happen outside of the world of politics, so to speak, but that is real bread and butter for many people on the ground in terms of the various services and work that various community groups and service providers across the full spectrum of society provide, both north and south. So we'll work with you to see how we can facilitate you, resourcing, both in terms of the line departments on both sides in terms of doing the core resourcing. But if we can do some specific sort of iconic initiatives, start off, for example, or some particular initiative, we would be open to hearing from you, from Nifen and yourself, in terms of initiatives of that kind to drive this forward. I do believe in the context of Shared Ireland, that civic community engagement and dialogue is absolutely critical. It's practical, it's on the ground, it means a lot to a lot of families and to a lot of communities. And that's really the essence of this.
When you look at particularly, and Deirdre referenced, the referenda that we've had, a lot of it was social change driven by grassroots and by civic society, and particularly in Northern Ireland, sometimes when the institutions stop, it's civil society that keeps going. Do you anticipate that, as well as these capital investment projects, that this €500 million fund will be diverted towards civic society bodies and to help them facilitate conversations and also to implement initiatives? Will they be in line to apply for that?
The 500 million will be primarily capital. I have to state that because, the core funding that different government departments, north and south, would have to supplement that. Very often, some of these projects may create programme funding, and there can be once-off initiatives. But we have the peace funding coming on stream as well. We secured 120 million separate notes from the EU, which would be matched significantly. That fund could grow because the Irish government will match it, the EU money. The British government will match it. It could be well over $500 million, on the higher end, above $500 million. That gives us opportunities as well. And then we have our own reconciliation fund through the Department of Foreign Affairs, which we can augment and increase. So there is a sufficient capacity there, both on the current funding side and capital side, to try and drive forward some of these agendas.
Those interest rates remain low.
The other point I would make is the other important point about the marriage equality referendum. The marriage equality is a very interesting referendum in the Republic, and I think because what the organisers of that, the authors of that in some respects, they depoliticised it. Mm-hmm. And they worked hard at that. What do I mean by that? They made it really societal. And maybe there are some messages in the North.
It was preceded by conversations.
That's the point. And they took away division and sort of shared the ideas with people. It was very, very strategic, I thought. Not just the fact that there was a vote in favour of it, but the way that happened is worth study and analysis by all on the island. And to not have to use issues like this or to weaponise them politically all of the time. That's not necessarily the way to do it.
Not unexpectedly, our next speaker is